Health, wealth, love, happiness. Let's talk about it. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm currently down 45 pounds. And if you're interested in how I did that, pick up that free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today and get 20% off using code FitFutureMD. So, health, wealth, love, happiness, right? In society right now, the two extremes are basically what gets views, right? What gets attention, right? So when you have a celebrity getting cheated on, you know, that's going to make front page news in the love department, right? Versus, or, you know, a celebrity that had multiple marriages, 5, 6, 7 marriages, you know, that's getting the attention, right? When it comes to health, the ones that are getting the attention are the ones in the most extreme conditioning, right? Or so they're down to 3, 4, 5% body fat, right? Or they're, so now they're pushing the, you know, kind of obese side of modeling, and also the super skinny side of modeling, right? Where as it used to be, you know, only skinny, now it's, you know, going to the obese side of modeling, right? But that's getting the attention, right? You know, wealth, you're seeing billionaires getting attention with their talking points, buying, they're following, you know, what they're buying, where they're putting their money, that kind of stuff now, like, whereas none of that used to be really, you know, even thought about, right? But none of that will lead you to happiness, right? The extremes of things lead you to misery, not happiness, right? So that's something you got to keep in mind when you're designing your life, right? You want to be healthy, but you don't want to be so extreme into health and fitness that it becomes unhealthy, right? And you see that with all these bodybuilders dying. You even seeing extreme athletes dying, dropping dead, right? So where does that, you know, so between health, wealth, love, happiness, you know, obviously you don't want to be love where that's all you have to look forward to is just that love every day, right? Like, and like I say, in wealth, you know, this is a big push right now, especially with men, is to give up your 20s and to give up health, to give up love, to go for wealth in your 20s so that you can attract love in your 30s. You can track and you can get healthy in your 30s. You know, and that's the extreme point right now, right? Is for a man to just sacrifice everything. Well, let me tell you, when I found love, I was unemployed, broke, right? When I was the healthiest, I was completely broke, right? I had a job, but I was barely eating, right? When I was the healthiest I'd ever been, you know, 250 pounds, 15% body fat, healthiest, right? And that was even healthier than I was playing football in college, right? So it's just something to think about. And, you know, so basically they're all intertwined, but if you're doing an extreme of one, another one's going to be completely gone. So if you're the, healthiest you've ever been, you're probably very, very poor, right? They say that most gym owners, barely make any money, right? And they're, basically in their business 100 hours a week, right? Same thing with wealthy people, right? They're really, really wealthy, but they've given up their health to get there, right? So they don't work out. They eat like a regular person and continuously gain weight because they're not moving, right? Because they're at their desk working, or, working on a project, or, all the time. They're always working. They're always making a deal, right? And a lot of that has to do with food. You do a lot of meetings, business meetings at lunch and dinner, right? So something to keep in mind. So when we design our lives, it's like, well, how do you design it where you're not an extreme at anything, right? Right? Because, even to be the wealthiest of the wealthy, you have to sacrifice a lot to be up there, right? To be the healthy, to be the extreme shredded person that makes it on the magazines, that, has all these great pictures and stuff, like that's extreme too. So it's like society is pushing people towards that because that's what's getting attention. But that's actually the worst way to find happiness, right? Which is what everybody's really after, is happiness, right? The fisherman in Alaska that just fishes every day is happier than anybody else on the planet, right? He's just doing what he loves every day, fishing. So, life is a balance of all of that. So the question really becomes, how can you design your life so that it's basically, a B on all fronts, right? And then it'll spike to an A, type deal. I consider it like that. Like, so for instance, I wake up early, 4 a.m. to concentrate on my health, but I am not going to diet down and be obsessed, and I do count macros and when I make up my nutrition plan and stuff, but as far as like down to the nitty gritty, that might not be the way I do it, right? I'm not going to spend my whole day thinking about health, right? And eliminating other things. So what I've decided to do was say, hey, maybe I can live on 7 hours of sleep, right? Catch it up on the weekend, right? Or maybe, I wanted to start my own business, right? And not have a job forever, right? Hopefully the business will overtake the job. That's wealth, right? So what I do, when I started working on that stuff while I was on the treadmill, right? Like, I wanted, time back, right? So I would have time to do all this stuff. So I moved closer to my job, right? I designed my life so that health, wealth, love, happiness, is all basically level, right? Like you say, when you get wealthier, you get more stress and happiness level goes down, right? So you just got to keep that kind of stuff in mind, right? You want to do something you love, which I love helping people, which is why I do these videos, but I've designed it in a way where it's not going to affect my love life, right? It's not going to affect, my health, right? So like, I'm not gonna do another 8-hour day on top of the 8-hour day I did at work, right? I'm going to do a couple hours, right? You know, so if I spend 2 hours in the gym, I got another 45 minutes before I go to work on the business, to do the videos, to edit them, post them, right? So, and then you also have the weekend. So if you wake up early on the weekend, the rest of your family's sleeping, you can get a couple hours in, you know, every weekend, you know, working on your business, right? So there's a way to design your life so that everything is even, right? And you're not in these extremes. You're not going to die because you're doing stupid things with your health. You're not going to die because you're chasing wealth. You're not going to miss love because you're chasing wealth, right? Because, you know, all that stuff is in balance, right? So, you know, you hear that all the time. Oh, I can't find somebody to date, or I don't have time for somebody to date somebody, or, you know, whatever, because I'm working all the time, right? You know, if I'm working 5 12-hour shifts a week, like, you know, I'm basically sleeping the rest of the time, right? That type thing. I wanted to be able to spend time with my wife every day when I get off work. I don't want to be, especially on the weekend, I don't want to be doing work on the weekend if I don't have to, right? Like when everyone's awake and we're going on trips or whatever, right? So basically the point of the video is that you can design your life to level out these areas, right? And not be necessarily obsessed with each thing, or one thing at a time, like all these gurus are teaching. All these gurus are teaching you to be obsessed with something and give up the rest. And that's just not the way happiness works, right? So if you really want to be happy, you know, you go and you do what you love, and everything else kind of falls into place, right? And, you know, you build a great life. You're able to be attentive to your partner, right, and their needs. You're able to, you know, also earn a living, right? You're able to, you know, be happy in what you're doing. And then you're also able to be healthy along the way, right? So those are the 4 pillars of life. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. In the comments down below, tell me how you're going to balance your life, or how you've designed your life. Obviously, you can email me if you need help with that. And happy to help you try to design your life the way you want it to be, so that you have health, wealth, love, and happiness. Shop at Ensorsale.com, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.